I'm trusting you, Red Loom. Let this jump be fire, bro. I fuck with Lil Tony. But what's good, YouTube, man? I'll say we got another video. The journey of Lil Tony. Tiki versus Tony, man. Hey, this nigga gave his life to Christ, bro. Y'all can't do nothing but respect that, man. You know what I'm saying? His shit still fire. Like, he switched up and the music is still... I can't leave my Bible. I sure can't leave my blick ain't never hit. You feel me? That's fire. That's fire. That shit fire. Alright, bro. Let's get into it, bro. Let's see what he talking about. Feel me, though.
Elijah Key is an African-American 21-year-old hip-hop artist who grew up a misfit, doing bad in school and being out in the streets, going to jail.
This my song, too. This that making funny. How about what that Jago in the mail and click? Bitch, turn me on and tell me up amongst the others. Drop back. I heard out, like the drop. Wait, so
etc. But one day, all of that changed when a shift in his life had happened. And this artist is known as Lil Tony.
See, 100,000 is stand up. Nigga, understand up. The band up. I done got my bands up. That's my song,
also known as Lil Tony, was born around 2004 and is from Atlanta, Georgia. Growing up, Tony would be moving all over Atlanta, going from house to house.
2004?
And is from Atlanta, Georgia.
Growing up, same age as
Tony would
me.
be moving all over Atlanta, going from house to house due to having issues at home, which a lot of the issues being caused by him, basically meaning he grew up a problem child. During the time Tony was moving from house to house, he would end up moving with his biological mother, then his mom tried to take off with him to New Jersey, which soon Tony's dad would gain custody. Then Tony would go back to Georgia and move in with his stepmom, where him and his brother would deal with some abuse during the time of being there. Then soon after, Tony would end up getting kicked out, and his brother
You talking too fast. You talking too fast.
Basically meaning he grew up a problem child. During the time Tony was moving from house to house, he would end up moving with his biological mother, then his mom tried to take off with him to New Jersey, which soon Tony
Alright, come on. Try to focus, Nick. Focus, Nick. Focus.
dad would gain custody. Then Tony would go back to Georgia and move in with his stepmom, where him and his brother would deal with some abuse during the time of being there. Then soon after, Tony would end up getting kicked out and ended up moving with his sister and his other stepmom. Fast forward, as Tony grows up, he'd really start to become a problem in his house. Then would end up having to move in with his grandma. Then soon after, not finish school due to being kicked out in 9th grade for selling drugs. Then he would also get kicked out again in 10th grade for a Nerf gun fight. Then would end up moving to Cali.
This nigga got kicked out for a Nerf gun fight. Not gonna lie, that shit might be lit.
Kicked out of his grandma's house due to getting his baby mom pregnant. Meanwhile, not being in school, he'd still be out on the streets selling drugs to run up money, which then he would go back to ATL after doing all that with all the money that he had and got himself a townhouse, which he would live there for about 1.5 years until he signed his multi-million-dollar deal when he was just 18 years old. Fast forward to after Tony turned 19, around summer 24, Tony...
My nigga was 18, bro. So when I graduated, this nigga over here signed a multi-million-dollar deal.
Would be arrested for 6 aggravated assault charges and possession of firearm, causing threatening life injuries to multiple people, which during the time Tony was already wanted on family violence. Why he did it, who knows. Which around this time, Tony would have a lot of pride that wasn't in God, which his pride was in his money, his peoples, etc. Which then when God saw that, God started taking all of the sins that Tony was doing against God unknowingly and taking all the things Tony had pride in that wasn't of God and made them turn against Tony. Which it first started with his money, then some of his peoples that he hung around had switched on him, then Tony's own blood brother had switched on him as well, which is crazy.
Blood brother, nigga, that's evil. That's evil
hell, because that's someone that he fed, clothed, and even gave a career. Fast forward later on in Tony's life, Tony would start to think about killing somebody. The thoughts was really consistent with him, and he could not.
But how do you know that? When the fuck did he say he thought about killing somebody? You feel me? Like, put your sources in the video game.
Stop thinking about it, not once. But then one night, God came to him in a vision and said, if you let that man live, I'll make you more successful than you've ever been. Which it took Tony a little bit to think. Then he proceeded to let the man live. Now, during this time where Tony had nothing left besides like
when did he say that? Alright, let me stop talking about his
weren't
video.
accessible during the time. He was isolated completely, and it allowed God to call out for Tony to change his ways and to really get to know God for real, for real. Then during this time, Tony would also still have street beef. Tony wasn't gonna stop beefing with him until he died or one of them died.
I ain't wanna cop out no smoke, you see what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't want no saying I copped out no smoke, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, it gonna be like this till I die, until one die, you feel what I'm saying? Like, that's how I was thinking. But Like I say, the more I kept going, he kept tugging on me, and really that was just what started it.
But that didn't stop God from making his presence be known more and more day by day. But then sadly, soon after, Tony would be shot 7 times, then sent to the hospital. Soon after being in the hospital and surviving, Tony would start to have a mindset of
he got shot 7 times? Why I ain't hear about this?
I got shot. Everybody gotta die, or at least the person that tried to kill me. Fast forward to another day, Tony would go to a smoke shop to grab a few things, which then after leaving, one of the people he hung around would call him asking if Tony had left the smoke shop.
I say, yeah, what's up? I say, how you know that? He say, twin, woo.
Lil Tony got God with him for real. I'm like, yo, what the like 7? He got shot 7 times again. This nigga 50 Cent, this nigga Lil Reese, nigga, Tupac, nigga. What the fuck?
Just said they sent you at the smoke shop. They talking about they finna do woo. I said I can't wait. This nigga, I'ma kill him. I've been waiting for this nigga. This, you know what I'm saying? So
shit, hey, he not folding though.
On to try to find him. Then when he couldn't, he just went back home. Then Tony would see that same person posting on IG talking crazy, basically saying that Tony was banned from where he come from. Which obviously Tony would catch on to the disrespect and go back to the same smoke shop the next day to find him. Then that same guy
went back to the smoke shop, gang. Nah, this nigga's different, man. This nigga Tony is different, man.
I ended up calling the cops on Tony, lying, saying that he was brandishing firearms when the whole time he wasn't at all, and all he had in his hand was just money. Pretty much getting Tony arrested off nothing, which Tony would be arrested for 5 months with his bond being denied twice, and him just slowly submitting himself to God after realizing God obviously has him where he is for a reason. Now, reason would be because he was ungrateful for God's blessings and valuing what Satan did instead of what God did. Now, a little before Tony got locked up that second time for them 5 months, something that happened that made him really start getting into God for real was his encounter.
I ain't gonna lie, when he got released though, bro, that nigga start dropping straight bangers, my nigga. Like Brazy story, 2 sides of every story. Damn, that's 2 stories. Goddamn, isolated Louis sweater. Nigga kissed in my side before nigga I do it better. Yeah, that's
which Tony thought the Illuminati, the fact that the devil ran the music industry in Hollywood, etc. He thought all of it was fake and did not exist, which was until his encounter. Now what happened was that he had got booked for a photo shoot to promote a clothing brand made by this guy named Ofi, who just happens to have a lot of money and knows a lot of highly popular and famous people for whatever reason. Which for the photo shoot, they took Tony all the way up to a mountain, which after they finished the photo shoot, Tony started noticing all the overly
This what I was talking about for real. This the part you talking about? They had went up to the mountain and
cars
shit.
and stuff that they own. And Tony would ask Ofi or one of the people that were there, how y'all got all this money? And Ofi or whoever he was talking to that was there would respond back saying, we do demonic rituals. Then Tony would start laughing. He would also say, no y'all don't. Be for real. I'm trying to get like y'all put me on. Then well, let's just say Ofi will reply back saying,
like, nah, we do demonic rituals. I say, so what type of demonic ritual? He say, the Illuminati never talked to you. I'm laughing, still laughing at him. Like, bro, you playing game. Why y'all playing?
And Tony says, alright, what type of demonic ritual? They'll not believe it. Then they will reply back asking, the Illuminati never talked to you? And Tony
on top of him getting shot 7 times.
Tony continues to laugh, thinking they joking. And Tony says, stop playing, how y'all get all this money for real? And they reply, not for real, Leonardo DiCaprio do all the initiation. And Tony was just confused, asking, what are you talking about? Then they proceeded to give Tony a list of people who did it, and then saying if you let them, which in this case the Illuminati or the devil, peg you or do oral or do whatever they want to you for a night, you'll get whatever you want. Which Tony is still not trying.
That shit real, gang? That's some crazy shit out here, fam. Man, there's no way that's real, bro. It is some crazy shit out here. If you doing shit like that, you gotta get your ass tooken for money, my nigga. I'm good, bro. That's why I'm not signing no kick deals. Nigga, if I ever make it out, nigga, I'm not signing no deals with none of y'all none of y'all niggas, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Niggas just taking ass for money, gang. If that's the case, that bro, young boy had to get his shit. Uzi had to get his shit. No, bro. No fucking way, bro. Fetty Wap, nigga. There's no way, gang. There's no way.
I believe it, and Ofi and everybody else started laughing. One of them said, we need to take him to the booty club. Then Tony said, what? Stop playing. And Ofi says, bro, I could make it happen. Now, while all that goes on, Tony tried to call his Uber, but since they were at the top of the mountain, he had no phone service. So he had to try and see if one of the people who booked him can give him a ride. But then turns out they took off without saying anything, which Tony had also booked the flight that was going to take off. So then Ofi would talk to Tony saying, your flight finna take off anyway. Let us just book you a hotel and you can come get some food at our Korean bar.
Oh,
and
hell
anything.
nah.
Which Tony
So
had
this some
the
real
people
shit.
to
I'm
book
thinking they
them and
playing
give them
too,
a ride.
bro.
But then
Like,
turns out they took off without saying anything. Which Tony had also booked the flight that was going to take off. So then 05 would talk to Tony saying, your flight finna take off anyway. Let us just book you a hotel and you can come get some food at our Korean barbecue. Which then Tony is thinking in his head, since he don't got service to get down the mountain, he's gonna tell them to take him to the Korean barbecue so that
bro, niggas out here getting paid for money is crazy, man. Like, it gets to a point, gang. I ain't gonna lie.
way he can get down the mountain.
I can't leave my Bible. I for sure can't leave my blick. Ain't never hit. Nigga.
Afterwards, he tells them to take him to the barbecue, and they say, all right, bet. And they hop in the car and go down the mountain. But as they were going down, they took a right down the hill, which wasn't the same way that they got up the mountain. So Tony was concerned and asked them, take me to go get some McDonald's just to see how things would turn out. Which then 05 responded by cussing him out and saying,
He said, we not gonna take you get no McDonald's. We spent all this money to get you up here. It's face thing, gang. In front of me, kind of like the Sandman. Like how you'll see somebody morph into something.
Yeah.
It's like that. It threw me all the way off.
which Tony couldn't get out of the car because he didn't know how to, because of the type of car it was. Now, as 05 is just backing in, he backs into someone's driveway, and as
So
he
they trying to trap this nigga, bro? This is no, bro. This shit is crazy.
into the driveway, he hits their mailbox. Then once 05 notices, he gets out the car, and while getting out the car, 05 presses a button in order to get out. And Tony sees the button, he presses it too, so that way he can get out as well. Then Tony sees a mailman that just comes out of nowhere, and Tony goes up to him and asks him if he can get in the back of his truck. Then the mailman will proceed to say no, and Tony would just continue to beg and ask him if he can just take him down to the bottom of the mountain.
No fucking way, bro.
Then the mailman would eventually let him hop in the truck, taking him down the bottom of the mountain. Then Tony would call an Uber and leave. And ever since then, and after getting locked up that second time, Tony would be fully submitted into Christ, switching up his music style, dropping an album called Tiki vs. Tony, which would have a total of 17 tracks and reach 13.3 million
fire,
streams
man.
on Spotify with 157,500.
That shit got 13.3 million streams. That's numbers, bro.
daily stream. But anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Y'all can follow me on Twitch, TikTok, IG, and Twitter. I got a second channel too, which my bad, I ain't post all last month. The reason why I was due to recently having spinal surgery. Then on top of that, I was moving and getting re-enrolled into
These
school
niggas on
late during the
top of
school
a
year and shit
mountain,
like that. But
bro.
everything's straight now, you know what I'm saying? We are back to the show. Anyway, appreciate y'all boys for watching.
This nigga had the devil talking to him at the top of the mountain, gang. Yeah, God definitely look at the people.
I'm out this bit.
God definitely look at the people, bro. It's no way, bro. Let me like that video, though, bro. I ain't gonna lie. It got better throughout the end, bro, nigga. Good shit, my boy. But, hopefully y'all enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna see y'all in the next one, man. You feel me, though?